What's up, guys? It's Steven Productions here, and today we're going to be continuing the final part of the fan fiction. It's not the final part, but it's all the person has wrote. So we're going to finish the fan fiction One Last Party by Heart of Gold 15. Finale today. One Last Party. The doctor walked into the Rainbow Dash's room to check on the Pegasus' condition. He noticed Pinkie Pie resting next to Rainbow Dash. He moved closer to the hospital bed, looking at the beeping monitors and IVs. Rainbow Dash's pink eyes shot open as Dr. Whitehooves started to move Pinkie from Rainbow Dash's protective grip. "Please don't move her. She's sleeping," Rainbow begged in a voice no one had heard before. The doctor sighed, irritated. "Rainbow Dash, I've got to get a muscle sample. She might get hurt if she's in the way," Dr. Whitehooves explained. The Cyan Pegasus relaxed her grip on Pinkie Pie, and the doctor moved her to a chair. "Good. Now you have to move to your side, so I can get the muscle sample," Dr. Whitehooves instructed. "Dashy?" Pinkie murmured in her sleep. Rainbow Dash rotated to her side as she formed a question in her mind. "Hey, Doc, is it normal for ponies to talk in her sleep?" The doctor rolled his eyes. "Yes, Rainbow Dash. She's probably dreaming." He put some liquid on Rainbow's side and carefully cut into it. The Pegasus' face reddened in pain. "Ow! That hurts, Doc," she nearly shouted. The doctor cut out a piece of the diseased flesh with a look of pity. "Sorry, we can't give you painkillers, Rainbow Dash. They're known to progress CBS rapidly, and considering your state, it's too dangerous." Even so, Rainbow Dash squirmed in discomfort as the doctor patched up her side. In a second, a clean white bandage covered the section of her body. Rainbow Dash looked up at Dr. Whitehooves with pink eyes as he placed the reddish tissue in a container. "I've got to test this and see how far the disease has progressed. I believe you might be at stage 4, where it will be difficult to prolong for life." The ill Pegasus gulped. "How many stages of CBS are there?" "There are 4 in total." Rainbow Dash looked at her sleeping friend and put her head in her hooves. "How much time do I have left?" she wondered aloud, voice quivering. "Well, Rainbow Dash, you'll have to see the results before you know," he chirped as he casually left the room to go study the sample. Rainbow Dash laid back in her bed, weighed down by her own thoughts. I'd do anything for more time with my friends. There's so much things I could have done." Pink eyes fluttered to a sleeping form. "Especially more time with Pinkie Pie." Rainbow Dash smirked weakly and coughed up blood. "I wish I could still fly." Her eyes shut as she drifted off to sleep. "Dashy! Rainbow Dash, wake up!" Rainbow's eyes fluttered up to murmured sleepy. Pinkie Pie's face was right in front of hers. "Okay, give me 5 more minutes and I'll be up to a train," the half-awake Pegasus begged. "There's no more training for today," a morningly voice rang out. Rainbow sat up to see Twilight sparkle by the door of the room. "Oh, hi there, Twilight," Pinkie Pie chirped. "Hi, Pinkie Pie," Twilight replied as she turned her attention to Rainbow Dash. "You're too weak to train now, Rainbow," the Cyan Pegasus pouted. "I'm not going to be able to fly again, right?" she questioned, even though she already knew the answer. "Hi, Unicorn friend," glanced at the door, uncertainly clouding eyes. "Well, you'll have to see, the doctor says." Dr. Who's opened the hospital room with a fake smile painted on his face. The 3 ponies looked at him. "Hello, Rainbow Dash. The test results are back," he announced. Pinkie Pie opened her mouth to speak. "Test? What test? Was it a coolness test? Because Dashy is the coolest person I know." Pinkie Pie stared enthusiastically. A pang sharper than steel embedded itself in Rainbow Dash's heart. "Pinkie is so obvious. She doesn't even know how close I am to death." The doctor shook his head. "No, you see, I attempted to sample the muscle from her side and ran it through a series of tests to confirm the stage of disease." Bitterness rose up from Rainbow Dash's throat, and she listened to Dr. Whitehooves speak to Pinkie Pie like she was a simple-minded. "Ooh!" Pinkie Pie exclaimed. "So, Doc, what are the results?" Rainbow inquired. He cleared the airways before answering. "The disease is your body's at stage 4 out of 4. You've got barely a week to live at most, and if you survived, you would never be able to fly again." The realization hit Rainbow like a smack in the face. Never fly again? A week to leave? She struggled not to cry. Rainbow Dash looked at the doctor with shock. "Isn't there anything I can do to help her?" she persisted as a pink earth pony burst into tears. The doctor held his voice in a note of pain. "I'm truly sorry. At this point, there's nothing we can do but hope. Even if we use the untested drugs, they're useless at this point." Pinkie Pie clung to Rainbow Dash, and something inside the Pegasus snapped as her best friend's tears plopped to her chest one by one. I'm not going to die, Pinkie Pie. As Celestia's my witness, I'll make it out of here alive, she promised. Really? The party pony whispered. The element of loyalty nodded. Twilight put a reassuring hoof on Pinkie Pie's shoulder. Why don't we go get something to eat? The purple unicorn suggested. Pinkie sniffed. But Dashie, Rainbow Dash will be looked after by the nurses and I. In fact, it's about time for her dinner. Run along now, the doctor instructed. Pinkie Pie whimpered but headed out the room with Twilight. She took one last look at Rainbow before the nurse tray of food and Daring Do came in. Bye, Pinkie, Rainbow Dash said as she shut the door. What if she got kicked out of the hospital? What if they aren't feeding her right? What if she's dead? Pinkie Pie drilled Twilight with questions. The purple unicorn sighed as they waited for the sandwiches. Finally, she had enough of Pinkie's non-stop worrying. Pinkie, I'm sure Rainbow Dash is fine, she interrupted Pinkie Pie's rambling. The pink earth pony put her head in her hooves. I know, it's just that even Pinkie, the one always willing to speak, found this hard to say. I love her, Twilight. Wow. Again, I'm finding it hard to talk about this because I hate Pinkie Dash, the thought of two girl ponies getting together and just, oh my gosh. Okay, back to the story. I'm so worried because she's the best friend I've ever had. The purple unicorn tried to offer her best advice. Try to stay strong. If Rainbow Dash is worried about how this is affecting you, she'll just feel worse. The two females continued to speak, even though their sandwiches were delivered. Dashie is so strong. Guess what she taught me the other day, Pinkie Pie replied, laughing weakly. What did she teach you? Twilight asked. The pink earth pony smiled, her blue eyes bright. She taught me how to fly. Pinkie Pie closed her eyes, imagined soaring in a cloudless sky, the sun shining on her coat. Twilight Sparkle looked at the friend quizzingly. How could she do that? You don't have wings, and even if you suddenly did, she's too sick to show you. Pinkie Pie opened her eyes and began to eat her dandelion sandwich. Wow. It's easy, Twilight. You close your eyes and imagine yourself flying. It's amazing, she explained through mouthfuls. Twilight's eyes shut in concentration. Pinkie Pie waited patiently for her friend while eating. Finally, Twilight's eyes opened. I don't get it, she deadpanned. Pinkie looked her eyes wide with understanding. I understand, Twilight. Some ponies just don't have their imagination, Pinkie Pie sighed. I wish Dashie were here. Can I go back to the hospital, Twilight? The pink earth pony begged. Fine, but Fluttershy's with you. I think she hasn't seen Rainbow Dash yet. She went to her cottage after the party. Barely seconds after receiving permission to go back, Pinkie Pie raced toward the shy Pegasus cottage. She ran with a certain slowness. Was it from sadness? Maybe it's from my imagination, Twilight thought. Another question fought its way to the surface. If Rainbow Dash passed, what would happen to the element of harmony? What would happen to us? Well, guys, that is the end of the third chapter. Hopefully, a fourth chapter will be coming out soon. But until then, this is it. So, this is Steam Productions. If you like this video, subscribe. And I hope that I'll be back soon for more videos for you guys. So, bye.